Hello, my friends, and welcome to another podcast episode. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today, we are continuing with our mini series called Create Your Embodied, Thriving, and Sacred Business. I've been having a lot of fun recording this mini series. And I've had a lot of feedback from many of you. Telling me how much of an impact it's been having on your business and how much it's been helping you to reflect on how you run your business, what you do within your business, how you structure it, what you focus on, and really helped you to question what is the next step and how you need to move forward. And one of the things that comes up a lot in my conversations when I mentor and coach other female, especially female practitioners around the kind of building your business is this question of consistency. And today, this is what I want to talk about. What is consistency? What does it mean to be consistent in your business for you? And how you can achieve this consistency. How can you approach it in a way that is sustainable, that is aligned with your core values, that is aligned with how you like to work, and that actually fits in with your commitments and with your life. You've heard me say that before. I'm sure you've heard me say that before if you've been listening to me for a while, that there is no separation between your business and your life. And you do need to create your business to support you, to support your lifestyle, to support the level of commitments that you have, whether you've got children, whether you've got aging parents, whether you are a carer, whether there is something else going on in your life, like you live with chronic condition, or you've experienced burnout, or there is something else going on. Your business needs to support you, needs to support your needs, needs to support the level of your commitments, whatever is happening within your life. And this is this systems thinking approach that I teach in my trauma-informed somatic teacher and coach for women training certification. When you start approaching everything from systems thinking perspective, how you approach your decision making, the quality of your understanding what's going on and what's needed really changes. And this is what I'd like you to bring into this question and exploration about consistency. What is consistency? What does it mean for you? And how you can build it into your business. How can you create it within your business? Because there is no denying that consistency is key to business success. I don't think any of us would say, no, that's not true. It is true. And what I see, successful coaches, successful female practitioners, entrepreneurs, people who work long term with their clients, who build their business over longer periods of time, not just 2 years or 5 years, but I'm talking 10, 20, 30, 40 years, even 50 years, is this quality of consistency to be able to work on your business again and again and again and keep coming back to it again and again and again. So one of the things that really works quite well for me and female practitioners that I work with, and again, that's something that I teach in the training, is this approaching everything, our work, our business structure, from the perspective of understanding of seasons. So you might have come across that. There is, women that talk a lot these days about cyclical living. As females, as women, we are very cyclical beings. We've got our monthly cycles when we go through periods of menstruation, and when we go into later stages in our life, in the perimenopause and menopause, we still are very much cyclical beings. And so really bringing that understanding into how we create our business can be life-changing. I know it has been for me, when I really allowed myself to embrace the cyclical living, to really take into consideration that, when I had my period, my energy levels are very different. My motivation is different. My ability to focus and create and support others changes. And really bring that into that planning now, and also really understanding, the life seasons of women's lives. So, for example, I turned 50 last year, so I'm 51 this year. I'm in a full-blown perimenopause, and my body's needs are different right now than what they were even 5 years ago. My body tells me very clearly what it needs and what it doesn't want. This is obviously a blessing and a curse. My body lets me know straight away. And that is because I also learned how to listen to my body, how to understand its language, how to really not try to ignore it, but pay attention and celebrate, how not to make my body wrong, my being wrong. That, for example, I am exhausted, and I need to take a step back and I need to look after myself. For example, after delivering the whole weekend of training, as I do once a month for the training certification, really understanding that on Monday and Tuesday I'm tired, but on Wednesday I experience a little crash and I need to take a step back because it takes me those 3 days. Then I need to go to bed very early on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I wake up feeling really good. Like it's and I noticed that after every weekend. And recently I was speaking with one of my trainers who's much older than me, maybe 20 years older than me. And she confirmed that this is what happens for her as well. It's like on the third day, there is a bit of a crash, and then the following day she feels normally better. And so it's really great to hear that, there is this cycle of my body, natural cycle that is related to the hormones. Then there is the natural cycles of activity and the need for rest. And then there is another cycle of, the nature seasons and how our society is structured. So as I'm recording this podcast, we are in summer. We're just about starting summer holidays for kids. Your business goes through seasons, and to really understand the nature of your business and the needs of your clients and how the seasons impact your business, whether it's busy during the summer, whether it's quiet during the summer, and how your business model aligns with that. So, for example, when I used to run yoga and wellness studio, I know that summertime, when the summer holidays were on, when I ran classes and workshops, a lot of my clients were saying, yes, I want to come, but then very few actually came because the kids were off school. The days were nice. They wanted to spend time on the beach with their families. And so, it didn't work. And for a long time, I really struggled with it. And I remember somebody else who had a studio in their own home, built in their own home, saying to me, oh, I take 6 weeks off of a summer to rest. And I remember this feeling within me of like, oh, bloody hell, I'd love to be in that position, because financially it didn't feel like I could, because I was renting premises. The monthly payments were really high. And to take whole 6 weeks over summertime was, really difficult for me. I had to make money to pay for the rent of the premises. And actually changing the business model later allowed me to work in a different way. And these days, I take a step back from delivering training and from one-to-one client work during August. And that is propelled because I know my body. I am not good in a lot of heat. I don't like it. My skin doesn't like it. My body doesn't like it. I'm also an very early morning bird. When the sun comes up, I'm awake. I'm up, I'm going, I go for very early morning walks with Oscar. I know that there is a certain rhythm to my working. And so for me, when the summer comes, I know that, I need to look after myself. So then I'm ready for the very busy autumn and winter. And I know that I'm not good with the summer, so I need to slow down. I know that actually stepping back and working behind the scenes is something that I can do during the summer. And that works really well. All those projects that I didn't have time to attend to because I was quite busy delivering training and mentoring and coaching other female practitioners. I can do that more summertime. For you, it might be different. It might be different. Like you might be in a different life season to me. You might love summer. You might maybe work in a way that the summer is really busy for you, and that's where you go. You might have children. You might have to have take a step back because your kids are off school. And you're spending time with your family, resting, connecting, loving. And so taking all of those natural cycles and seasons into consideration is really important. And that will also impact how you view your consistency, what you offer, when you offer it, how you structure your business model, how you build your business, how you create your business to support you. These are the questions that are really important for you to answer and to really reflect on if you are going to work for years to come, for decades to come, running your business without hassle, without burnout, without ruining your health, ruining your relationships, without developing a lot of anxiety and struggling physically or mentally. These are the questions that you really need to answer for yourself. Because when you do that, when you are inner led, when you step into that self-leadership, owning what's going on for you, honoring what's going on for you, and taking radical responsibility for it to build your business based on your idea of success, not what the gurus or experts or coaches out there tell you that you should be doing. That's when you develop this sense of self-belief, of really being inner-led, that sense of inner leadership, making decisions from that space, looking at opportunities and deciding, well, actually, this opportunity sounds great, but within my model, business model, or within my business, or within the way that I work, it doesn't align. Maybe it doesn't align. Maybe it's not the right timing. Maybe it would take you in a different direction. Rather than what you are working on, that shiny object syndrome. It's like jumping over there, jumping over there, jumping over there. And believe me, I've done a lot of that myself. So really simplifying, having the clarity about what you need to do, and trusting your own inner wisdom, your own inner knowledge, your knowing, your inner knowing, and really following on that, not ignoring it, but trusting it, and bringing that sense of commitment, the quality of commitment, the quality of determination to create what you know is right for you, even if you don't know how to do it yet. And believe me, none of us know how to do it yet. It's, it always starts with an idea, like this is the idea, and then maybe following up, could I really have that? Would that really work? Am I allowed to do that? And then finding the how. This is what I want. Oh my God. It's amazing. I am going to follow on that. And I am committed and determined to working out how to create it. This is how you build a really successful business on your own terms. And when you do that over a period of time, again and again and again and again, then you benefit from this compounding and incremental effect that happens within your business, that a kind of accumulative effect. And this is how, sometimes we see people have become overnight success. Yay! Actually, they've been working on it for the last 10 or 20 years or even more. And that's what consistency is. Consistency happens over a longer period of time. It doesn't happen for just, let's go all in for 3 months, crash because we are completely overdid it, go quiet completely for another 3 months and then come back and try again. That's not the definition of consistency. Consistency is about little and often, little and often, little and often. And then there is this incremental accumulative effect that happens again and again and again. And one of the tools that I would really invite you to work with, that I use for myself and I teach others to do, is to create a resource library. So I've been reflecting as a halfway point through the year. I've been looking at my business and seeing what there is, what are the projects that I'm working on that are unfinished, what needs finishing, what needs what do I need to let go of, maybe what are the kind of things that I need to prioritize, what systems I need to set up, all of that kind of stuff. And I've been really looking at things and thinking, gosh, there is so much here. Like there is this podcast that I started in September. We've got over 60 episodes. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. And the feedback that I get from people that they, like you, who are listening and enjoying it and finding it a really supportive thing on their journey as trauma-informed somatic practitioners and female business owners. So because I committed to it last year and decided that I will be releasing at least one podcast episode every single week. At the beginning, I was releasing sometimes 2, which was amazing. But really to have that commitment to release at least one podcast episode a week and keep going. So since last September, we've got over 60 podcast episodes, which is amazing achievement. That's part of my resource library. That's something that people can find, can listen about me, talking about the training and the stuff that we cover in there, talking about creating a successful and nervous system friendly business. I have got some interviews with our students and graduates. It's wonderful. I love it. Absolutely love it. And, it's become one of the things that I really love doing, love sharing. It brings me a lot of joy, and I know it makes impact to other people's lives, which is, the reason why I'm doing it. There are other things like, creating masterclasses or doing Facebook Lives or Instagram Lives or writing your blog or doing videos for YouTube, or, there are so many different things that you can do. And when you commit to doing it, it seems like, there is just one, what difference could it make? But this long long-term impact resources that you create can be accessible or are accessible again and again and again over long periods of time. So, for example, social media is wonderful. And I am currently doing for myself a challenge to post every single day, because I haven't been. I kind of stepped back a little bit. There's been a lot of posts that I've been reusing, and I disconnected from it for the last few months. Yes, I've been posting, and we've been scheduling a lot of stuff, and I have got VA support with that, but it felt like my energy wasn't in it so much. So really taking it to the next level and posting every single day, and really having the energy of going in, creating something or tweaking something or rejiggling something, and really posting it again on my Facebook page, on my Instagram, in my Facebook group, to kind of bring the energy of nourishment to promoting our next cohort that is starting on the 4th of October. And so really bringing that energy, knowing that I'm doing it because I care. So this is another thing, that comes up a lot. It's like sometimes we might be active, we might be consistent, we might be doing stuff, and then it feels like, well, I'm not seeing any results. What's the point of me doing it? Nobody really cares. Certainly I felt that, and I hear other practitioners feeling that and talking about this. That there is so much noise out there. What's the point? It's like nobody will see it, nobody will care. And changing the mindset of thinking, well, I care. I do it because I care. And that's that commitment that will help you with your consistency. Like, I care to share what I created because I believe in this work, because I've seen people being impacted in such amazing ways with it, because I know it makes the difference, because I want to be one of the voices in this conversation, because it's aligned with my core values, with what I believe in, what is important in this life. I care. And if I can help just one person, and it will make a difference to just one person, then that's amazing. Amazing. And I will continue doing it because I believe in it. So this little part of me that kind of comes in, that feels vulnerable, that feels like nobody cares, and why am I doing it? And it's such a hard work. I can take care of that part, that younger part of me that feels vulnerable, that feels unimportant, feels unseen, maybe even feels unworthy. I can take care of that part, but I want to make decisions in my business from me, not from this younger part, vulnerable part, but from me, a woman who's 51 years old, who's been through a lot in her life, who's got a lot of lived experience, who's been working with trauma, the impact of trauma with individuals and families for the last 25 years, who has got a lot of experience of supporting others, mentoring and coaching other practitioners and training other practitioners. I want to make decisions from this adult woman who has got support, who's built support networks, who collaborates with other amazing female practitioners, who gives her all in her work. that's where my consistency comes from taking care of those vulnerable parts and loving those parts, and at the same time making decisions from an adult, grown-up woman who can make decisions, who has got a lot of inner resources, who's got a lot of support and resources, access to resources around her, because I've worked to put those resources and that support in place over the last 8 years since I went fully self-employed. So I guess what I'm saying is that the tool that can really help is actively working on that resource library, building resources, your posts, your free offerings, your paid offerings, other ways that you communicate, like podcasts, webinars, videos, audio, all of that. And at the same time doing this inner work for yourself. That self-leadership, self-love, self-compassion, the parts work, really working on your self-belief and self-trust and trusting your body, trusting your inner knowing. And bringing that seasonal understanding to how you can use it to understand yourself more, to understand your business more, and to live in more harmony and connection with life itself. And all of this will really help you to stay in the business, to create your own consistency. So when you feel, for example, like, I'm tired, I'm not feeling it, I want to hide, I want to be away. If, for example, your commitment is to share, post every single day about something, when you have got this resource library, you can pull something that you've already done. That you don't have to create all the time new stuff. When you're, for example, running, selling or promoting your offering, and it comes on a regular basis, like I have got the 160-hour training that runs 2 cohorts a year. I've got a lot of resources already that I created in the last 3 times that I promoted that training. I've got loads of posts, I've got lots of podcast stuff, I've got loads of blogs connected to it, that when I feel like, oh, I don't feel like today, I'm not feeling it, I don't want to be seen on camera, or I don't want to create any audio, I can pull on that, and I know that I've got a plan and I've got a schedule, because I have got a lot of those resource library, those resources in my library that I can reshare. So that's the consistency. The consistency doesn't mean that you have to create every single day, be like on a treadmill of like this creation. I have to be inspired and creative and out there all the time, because that's unsustainable. You might be like me. I mean, I'm introverted. I'm okay with camera. I'm okay being seen and visible. And there are times that I'm like, there is no way I am going to be seen on camera today. No. And some days I don't feel creative. I don't feel like I want to write something. The words don't come. I just like, it's hard work. And in those times, I have got that resource library that I can post something, because I've created it already. And because the way that I work and my messaging is aligned, it's the same. And I'm talking about something that is aligned with my business, with what's most important for me. So I hope this has given you some ideas about how you can approach it, how you can create this more consistency in your own business. It's not magic. It's not that some people have got endless ideas, endless creativity, endless energy. We all have got limited amount of energy, limited amount of ability to focus every day. So how can you utilize it? How can you work with what you already have? How can you bring it in that it seems like you are, all the time posting and creating, but actually you don't, because you are using what you've created already in the past. And if you haven't got resource library, start today, start this week, start really listing all those different pillars of that come under your work, the things that you talk about again and again and again and again, the things that you share with your clients that make a huge difference, the things that are really important for your client to know, the clients that you love working with, the clients that you are attracting, the clients that that you want to continue working with. What's important to them? Share it. Share it and, invite them to work with you. So how can you bring more consistency? Take a little bit of time and think about this. Take a little bit of time to allow yourself to connect with your inner wisdom, with your inner knowing. All of those answers are within you already. Look past the last year of different seasons in nature. How has your business worked through those different seasons? What have you learned over the last few seasons of summer, for example, that you can really implement and use this time around? And most of all, as always, learn to trust yourself and honor your experience, because your business and your life need to work in harmony. Your business needs to support your life, not the other way around. Have a really good day, and I wish you all the best.